Yeah. Show me.
It's easier to look for it on the phone now.
Show me where it says you have a right to kill, rape your slave. By the way, my name is Michael.
Me, my name is River. I am one of those things.
River.
I'm a couple of those things.
You're one of
really.
those. Which one are you?
Well, I'm non-binary, so I suppose I'm trans. I'm also bisexual, so I suppose I'm a little bit of gay too.
You also prideful? Are you a murderer too?
I don't think I've killed anyone. I'm pretty sure I haven't. No.
But you support murder.
I support rights, women's autonomy, and choice to choose.
Choice to kill.
No, choice to choose.
Choose what?
To abort a fetus if they feel they need to.
To abort to kill their child if they want to. You support a right for a woman to kill her child if she wants to. So you support murder. It's plain and simple.
Number 31 is the one for.
By the way, this is a non-human, right?
Yeah, no, it's meat, dude. It's gross.
That's meat.
It is. It's meat.
That's someone's head.
You show me a picture of anything in a fucking.
You see, that's the problem when you lose God. That's what happens.
Deuteronomy 21:10.
Do you believe in God?
Used to.
But you don't believe it anymore.
No, I think the belief of higher power kind of doesn't help.
Does he exist at all? Do you believe that he exists? No. Okay. So give me the verse. Numbers what?
So you want Numbers 31.
Numbers 31.
After being instructed.
Go for it.
Yahweh to take vengeance upon.
Number 31.
The United Moses tells the Israelites to kill the male children and non-virgin females, but take the young.
It's okay. Give it to me. It's 31 verse what? And give me 31 verse what?
It should be in 31. Vengeance of Judean. It's basically the whole thing, man.
Where?
It's essentially about
vengeance, right? Okay.
Yeah, essentially about
of what?
An entire people.
Okay. Can you show me where it said a slave master can rape her slave? Are you mixing Islam with Christianity?
No, I'm not.
Okay.
I'm aware both books have some pretty messed up stuff.
Okay, show me. But by the way, is there such thing as good and bad, good and evil?
Well, Joe, I suppose. What do you mean by good and evil?
Is there such a thing?
Well, what do you mean by good and evil?
Is there such thing as good and evil?
You mean like is there like a demon slithering around corners being like, oh boy, I sure do want to do bad things right now.
No, I'm saying it's just a simple
good person up in the sky.
It's just a simple question. Is there such thing as good and evil, good and bad?
You can describe people as good or evil. I mean, I think that's pretty basic.
Huh?
You can describe them as good or evil.
Based on whose standard?
What do you mean by whose standard? Do you mean like whose standard as? Well, I mean, I guess everyone's standard.
Yeah. So like if I can declare you evil just because I feel like it,
you could.
Is that based on my standard, or is it based on your standard, or based on the society's standard?
You're calling me evil, so it'd be based on your standard. Like you could call me evil.
So you believe that good is what is good and what is bad is decided by us.
Yeah, it's decided by people.
By people. Okay, so some places not considered evil, some places.
Again, that's really simplifying it then.
No, I just wanted to know where you're coming from, because if you look at this and you said that
it's about the genocide of the Medians, right?
Why is it genocide?
Because they say to kill just about everyone except for the non-virgin women.
Is that wrong?
Killing just about everyone? Killing a shitload of people? Yeah, it's kind of bad.
So it's based on your own standard then?
Well, yeah, but it'd be based on my personal standard.
So if it's my standard, I say it's good.
But
if I say it's good, then it's good.
But
Well, because your standard
based on a bunch of other people's standards.
But you're judging me based on your standard.
Okay, so here's my question. So say you call me evil, and you tell everyone I'm evil.
Yeah,
and
based on my standard.
Why are they
based on my standard?
Based on your standard.
Yeah.
However, if
but you call yourself a good person.
However, I don't.
Based on your standard.
I don't call myself a good person.
No, but you say you're not evil based on your standard.
I know, but again, you're saying it has to be 100% or 0%. Why?
Why is this wrong?
Killing a bunch of people?
Yeah.
Because,
I just want to know why it's wrong.
Well, I guess because a lot more people say it's bad opposed to just one person.
Oh, so it's given by vote.
Yeah, I guess that's kind of how culture works.
The more people vote, that is right, and there's sometimes
it doesn't even have to be a vote. It's just kind of like everyone's just kind of going off of vibes, being like, "Oh, that person stabbed 30 people. That's pretty bad, right?" And then everyone else kind of nods in agreement, like, "Yeah, that's pretty bad."
And everyone also can believe that that's not bad, right?
Or like be like, well, that person pushed me.
So it's based on majority. Majority decides what's true and what is wrong, what is right.
I mean, in society, I guess technically, yeah.
So that technically makes it good because majority decides.
Okay, but opposed to one person up above.
No, because I mean
that's just one person. Because I mean, one being saying all these things.
Because I mean, before majority believes that I should be a slave. Majority used to believe that in
and that was
and
really
one time. Why? It's majority.
Because it's taking away your rights as a person.
But it's a majority.
Yeah, and we can look.
So it's good.
Yes,
it's good.
No, that's not good.
Slavery is good because majority.
Yeah, the Bible says slavery is fine.
No, slavery is good. Why are you hating on slave owners? I mean,
because they're people who took away other people's rights.
But the society agrees that it's the majority. 100% majority of the society agrees that this black man should be a slave and should stay.
You're going with the idea of, well, it has to be either good or bad, but at the same time, it's just what.
But is slavery good or bad?
Deems good or bad. That's not what.
Is slavery good or evil in itself?
Slavery is bad. Slavery is bad.
Says who?
Morally, because it takes away from your rights and autonomy.
So morally, so now you're saying moral.
To kill a bunch of people, yes, everyone should think about it in their head.
So how do you have a moral without a moral lawgiver?
Why do you need one? Why do you need a moral law? Why can't you just?
So you can't have. So when you have a law, there's no lawgiver.
Why does there have to be someone up? Why does there have to be a higher power telling me that if I see people doing bad things or hurting people, why do I need them to give?
Because the higher power. Because the higher power created you.
Why? How?
He created you, and he sets the standard.
Why can't it be just we're social creatures?
No, he created you. He sets a standard. If you don't like it, you can check out and go and create your own and set the standard. It's pretty simple. It's a free country, right?
I kind of can. But you're comparing me to a being.
Well, then you have to go by the rules of the one who created them.
You have to go by the rules of the person up there, which again, some of those laws.
Do you go by Canadian rules?
By Canadian law because I don't want to be arrested? Yes, I do.
So, because you don't want to be arrested?
Most of them, yeah.
Yeah. Why don't you leave Canada and go to another land and start your new land? Then you can set up your own rule and do whatever you want. Nobody will bother you.
Well, because I know a bunch of people here, and emigrating somewhere else is a pain in the ass. I mean,
why not? But I mean, you live. That's how you live out. You want to live out your what you believe.
I'm sorry. I'm assuming with the accent you emigrated here, and you probably know the immigration process sucks.
Well, I immigrated here. I know the immigration law was put in place. I can change it, but I have to live with it because it is the law of the land. I have to go by it.
That's fine.
Yeah, because. But
I don't want to go by those laws because a lot of those laws suck.
But you said that.
They make no sense.
Which law suck? Which law suck here?
Okay,
can you tell me? So loving your neighbor sucks.
No. Okay. So
caring about.
First of all, I'm guessing with the laws in the Bible, we have to be all or nothing, right? They all have to be true, or none of them have to be true, because you deal in absolutes. It's either evil or good, all of it or none of it, right? What's the blend of that shirt? Is that mixed fibers?
Yeah.
That's in Leviticus.
But do you know why? Do you know why? Well, in Canada you can't.
Did you have any shellfish?
No. In Canada you can't also wear police uniform without being a police.
Yeah, impersonating.
Why? Why is that? Why can't you do that?
Because that's a role that a lot of people consider a position of authority, and that would be taking advantage of that authority.
But the priesthood in the Bible is not considered.
No.
You just pointed my mixed fabric, but you didn't know why the law was given in the first place.
Here's the issue.
No, do you know why the law was given about mixed fabric?
It doesn't matter because it's all.
Oh, it doesn't matter.
It's all or nothing. If you believe.
Oh, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Everything in that
book. Say to me, it doesn't matter that I'm wearing a police uniform. It doesn't matter in Canada.
It doesn't matter.
I'm impersonating a police officer.
It doesn't matter because you require subtext, and subtext can't be a thing if you're saying it has to be 100% or 0%. You either completely agree with it, no matter.
No, I don't say that they have to be 100% or 0%.
Nuance, and you're saying that some of the things in that book we maybe shouldn't consider anymore.
No, I'm saying when it comes to colors, there's different shades of colors. So when it comes to right and wrong, it's black or white.
So in the Bible, it actually gray, and maybe some of those ones
in colors. Well, some of those laws, we're not practicing it like today. We can wear mixed fabric today.
So why is it a bad thing now? Why can't that be?
No, it's not.
Why does that have to be a bad thing?
The fact is, the reason why they gave the law of mixed fabrics is because only do you know that it's in the Bible, only the priests wear mixed fabrics.
Okay, fine.
So there's not a law against it. It's a law for the common people, for the people who are not priests, to wear mixed fabrics so that they can differentiate. They don't, the same way we don't allow people to put on police uniform and walk around.
Okay, fine.
So, but you don't even know why the law was made in the first place.
So can you dress up as a priest anytime then, I guess?
I can dress up as priest today.
Or would that be against the
I can dress up as priest today because we're not living under we're not living under the Old Testament.
Yes, you are.
No.
Well, okay, if that's the case, then guess what? All the laws in Leviticus are now null and void.
No, because some of those laws,
that's in the Old
some of those laws that include shellfish.
Oh, so you get to choose which laws?
No. Some of those laws were made for specific reasons.
So you get to choose
specific
which
time, and some of those laws are universal and timeless.
Choose them. Which ones do you get to choose? Are the ones that you don't have to
God mentioned these laws are universal.
Did he mention in the New Testament? Oh, by the way, the mixed fabric thing, don't got to do that anymore. Shellfish, no, we're good now. We're cool. We're on the new book.
Yeah.
Oh, gay dudes though, still hell. Yeah. Still going to hell.
Yeah. Killing is still
Did they mention that in the New Testament?
Murder is also the same.
They mention that in the New Testament.
Yeah, murder also is timeless. Just like murder too. It's timeless.
But you said that we don't follow the New Testament.
I just told you.
Why is
fabric?
Yes. So
we don't follow that anymore because it has
another man.
Listen to me. There are things that are used. There are
thing about gay people.
There are things that are used up, and there are things that are continuous.
Does Jesus say anything
about gay people?
Gay people in the Bible?
Yes.
Does he say that's an abomination?
Yes.
Does he say that's
yes, he did.
Did he?
Yeah.
Did he though?
He did.
Where?
He did. What does the Bible call Jesus? The Bible called him the Word of God.
But you just said the New Testament. You don't need the New Testament anymore.
I didn't say that.
You said that's Old Testament.
I said.
You say with some of the things that's Old Testament.
No, Old Testament about the fabric. There are things in the Old Testament that are for temporary, and there are things in the Old Testament that carries on. You have to know the difference.
Who do you get to what do you get to choose as temporary and what isn't? Why do you get to
because
choose?
God did the choosing.
Did God
not
choose
me.
It kind of sounds like you're just kind of choosing the ones you like and you don't like.
No, it's not.
It's kind of like you saw two toothpicks and you thought no, that one we
because
don't like.
I know the difference. I know my toothbrush, I use it temporary. I don't use it forever. I use it temporary and I throw it away and take a new one. I'm not. So you mean to tell me that if I have a toothbrush, I have to use it till I die?
Why is it toothbrush?
That makes no sense.
Why does toothbrush have anything to do with laws?
I'm just telling you there's some law that are for temporary. And then some laws that are timeless.
Do they explicitly say
And you have
in
to
that
know
book
that,
which laws are contrary?
yes.
Which ones do they say?
Yes.
This one's only
The one you mentioned,
until now.
shellfish, fabric, is all for that time.
Says who?
Says God.
At what time? When? When is it explicitly said, dude?
Says God.
When? When did he say it? When did he say explicitly?
The mixed fabric. We don't have priesthood today, so we can wear
Did God
mixed
say
fabric.
not to have the priesthood anymore? Did he say that?
Yeah.
When?
We don't have the priesthood. We don't have a temple in Jerusalem. Do you see any temple in Jerusalem? Do you see people in white garments going in and out inside it and sacrificing animals? We don't sacrifice animals today. Those were temporary. Those were temporary for that time. Today we don't do that.
Okay.
So there are some things in the Bible that are meant for that, for a time, and there are some that are meant for timeless. And the one about a dude shacking up with another dude is timeless.
Why?
Those are timeless. Just like killing, murder, lying, cheating.
Why is two dudes loving each other? Why is that one?
Because it's not love. It's not love. It's lust. It's lust.
Why?
It's lust.
I don't even care that much about sex, and I'm attracted to
It's lust, man.
Why is it lust?
Can you put
What makes it lust?
put two dudes in an island? Put two dudes in an island.
Put two dudes in an
yeah,
island.
see if
Okay.
they'll reproduce. Have you tried that before? That experiment?
Why does love have to involve? Okay, what about an infertile woman? That doesn't reproduce.
Yeah, but
So
there are
that's
women.
not love, right?
There are women.
But that's not love.
No, it's
There's
love.
No baby. No
It's
baby.
love.
No love.
No,
No
I'm
baby,
talking
no love.
about two.
You're saying no baby, no love. No baby, no love. No baby,
listen,
no love, right?
listen to what you're saying. There are some things that are when someone have a headache, they didn't cause that. But when someone go and bang their head on the ground and get a headache from that, those are two different things.
What does it have to do with dudes kissing?
It is, because dudes are doing the kissing. You didn't walk around and just fall into a pit of kissing a dude. It didn't just
walk around
happen.
and fall into a woman.
Huh?
You got to know them, hung out with them.
You get married. You get married. You form a relationship. You have do it the way God.
With another guy. You go on dates. You get to know each other.
Brother Ben, can you grab me those blocks, those wood blocks in the box?
You're acting like two dudes.
The wooden blocks.
You're acting like two dudes
Please,
are meeting
quickly.
together and just suddenly like bashing their.
Because it is an abomination to God.
According to you.
Look, can you think about it?
Because that's
what is cool about putting the pee-pee in the poo-poo?
What?
What's cool about putting the pee-pee in the poo-poo?
That feels good for some people.
Oh,
we got a G spot up there, man.
Oh, apparently you figure out that you don't know the difference what nature created for disposal and what nature made for pleasure.
Women have anal sex all the time.
That's messed up. That's messed up.
Whatever. You can think that, man.
Look. These are called binaries. Okay? There's a reason why this is designed this way. If I put this together, it fits perfectly.
Cool.
See how this fits?
Okay.
Perfectly.
All right, man. What's your point?
My point is this and this fits perfectly. Okay? This and this does not fit.
Well, yeah, because
this doesn't fit.
Well, I mean, you got two dudes bashing their dicks together.
Yes,
obviously.
This doesn't fit.
You got two dudes.
This fits.
Two dudes that are kind of like poking their dicks together.
This fits. This doesn't fit.
However, if you go in, if pretend that's a butt,
and
that's pretty good.
And this does not.
No, but women do kind of do that.
This doesn't go together.
It does feel very good.
This does so that's what
women will,
I'm trying to show you with practical things.
I'm trying to explain sex ed to you so you can understand.
No, you using what God made for pleasure, for disposal, for pleasure.
Can I see the block?
And that's not right.
I can't see the block.
You blocked it here.
See, if you take one of these blocks and then you do that on the back end, then that will work just
What?
fine.
What? On the back end? On back end or what?
Yeah,
What?
You
doesn't fit.
You take that one, you put a slot right there.
It doesn't fit.
That can be the button, and then you can just
in my bag.
have a good time. You can just do that.
Also, it's about having a good time.
It is, sure, man. Sex is fun. Sex is.
Well, that's not what God designed it for.
Well, then he shouldn't have made the orgasm, should he?
That's not what God designed it for.
Why is there an orgasm then?
Just because you fit your head through a chicken coop doesn't mean you have to.
You know what, man? The problem with that is fitting your head through a chicken coop doesn't feel really good.
Really?
Orgasm does.
Really?
Orgasm
There's a lot of people.
good.
There's a lot of people out there that are feeling good and taking
An
drugs.
orgasm feels good.
Really? And also,
I'm
drugs.
assuming you might have never given someone one.
And also, fentanyl feels good too.
It can, sure.
Yeah. It can, but does it leave you with in a good place?
If you overindulge in it, no, it does not.
Doesn't. That's why. So many people today. There are many homosexuals today. That's why the average life of a homosexual is 60.
It's not.
Yes, that's the average life of a homosexual. It's 60.
Says who?
And homosexuals come back as they grow old. They have hemorrhoid issues. They have hemorrhoid issues.
You don't practice.
And they're wearing diapers when they're old because they have hemorrhoid issues. Because it was not made for penetration, but they used it, and God let them go with that consequence and reap the consequences of that.
Older women have to wear diapers a lot of the time too because
no, what they didn't cause that. They didn't cause that themselves. They didn't cause that themselves. They didn't cause that. Like I said, it's different from someone who have a migraine and someone who banged their head on the wall and got a migraine. Those are two different things. Those women, that's naturally the way things because of sin that happens to them. They didn't cause that themselves. But the person who did homosexual lifestyle caused that on themselves.
So if
that's the difference.
So a guy and a girl, they do the deed, and the woman gets pregnant, and then the childbirth causes horrible tearing to the point where down there is a mess now, and they have like debilitating issues for the rest of their lives. Did they cause that, or did God cause that? Which one? Who's at fault here? Did they bang their head against the? Did they bang their head against the wall,
sin.
Or did they get the migraine?
It's called sin. Sin
by having a child.
Yes, that's one of the. That's because of sin.
Says who?
God says so.
If you have
because of sin,
you gotta give.
Because of your sin, sickness enter into the world. Things enter into the world that's not supposed. Babies are born with brain tumors because of sin. Babies are born and die because of sin.
Because of sin.
Yes.
Man, God sounds like a really fucked up person.
That
sounds like collective.
No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't mean that.
Punishment.
No, it means that when you mess around with nature, that means when you.
No. If I did bad things, I personally should be punished.
You should be punished. That's how God works it.
No, what God's doing, that's collective punishment.
No, it's not collective.
Punishing everyone.
No, it's not.
People. Yes, he is.
No, it's not.
A baby gets born with a brain tumor. What did the fucking baby do? What did the baby do to sin? What did it do?
It's the word. It's the word that the baby is born into.
The world that God created.
And also that baby.
Because I sinned, that baby got a brain tumor.
Yeah.
I'm fine.
Because they jabbed that baby when the baby was
I didn't do anything. The baby didn't do anything.
Yeah, but they jabbed the baby with all the tumor causing stuff, and then the baby develops tumor.
The baby is born with the brain tumor.
Babies are not born with a brain tumor anyway, but babies are born and die.
Babies are born with deformities all the time.
Yes, because of the mothers eating something they shouldn't supposed to be eating.
Sometimes it just happens, man. The human body's not perfect.
The world is full of sin.
No.
And sin and death enter into the world because of sin. And sin affects everybody.
It's just the human body's not perfect, man.
Look, bro, if you go today and rob a bank or kill someone, and you have a child, your child will grow up without a father. Is that child's fault? Why is that child being punished? No. things have consequences.
Well, the person is also the person is also being punished because, and by that, the kid is also suffering.
Exactly, consequences.
No, listen. That person is also being punished. What we're talking about is you're saying because I sin, a baby suffers for no reason other than I sin. I'm not suffering in any way. I'm fine. The baby, however, has like a couple weeks to live now.
But just to
A
correct
person
you,
who robs a bank, they go to jail. They are being punished. The kid who grows up without a father figure or
being
like a
punished
person
too.
is being punished because that
of
person
something
has
that
been punished.
yes, for something they didn't do.
But the thing is,
But
the
they-
first
but-
person is still being punished.
But they didn't rob a
I'm not
bank.
being
But the
punished.
baby didn't rob a bank.
I know. But we're talking about. But what we're talking about is the fact that I'm done. I'm in the clear. I've sinned, and the baby suffers.
It's called consequences. It's called consequences.
I'm not getting any consequences. What consequences did I just get?
I just told
I
you.
can sin all around the place, and apparently only the baby suffer.
Sin entered into the world by the first man.
The
Adam and
bank
Eve
robber-
sinned.
The bank robber got caught and is in jail.
No, Adam and Eve sinned, and
No,
sin
listen.
entered into the world. Our
No,
first
listen.
parents
It's-
sinned, and sin entered into the world, and
And
death followed it.
collective punishment.
And death
We
followed it.
suffer because they did something wrong. That's collective
They
punishment.
messed it up.
That is cruel.
They messed it up,
What
and we
God-
entered into it.
What your God does is cruel. That's cruel.
No,
That's messed up.
it's not cruel.
How is that not cruel?
It's called consequences.
It's called, no, it's not. That's not consequences again.
It's consequences of sin entering into the world.
That's someone who did nothing getting consequences while other people get off scot-free.
Yeah,
If I had a
if someone comes here and blow up a place and baby dies,
Guess
baby
what?
baby didn't do anything wrong, but the
thing
person
is,
did it.
The person who did that is probably going to get consequences as well because they just blew up a fucking building.
Now try to make it.
No. Let's try to map this out a bit. So
Now-
we're gonna go back to the bank robber one. So I rob a bank. I'll say I rob a bank. I have a kid. I get caught. I go to the judge. The judge says, "You get off scot-free. You're fine. Your kid, however, never gets to see you again now." But
Get
you
off.
go.
Get off. Who said that?
Apparently God.
No. Show me. Where does God say
Because you
that?
just said, because I sin, I'm not suffering in any way.
Oh, I didn't say you're not soft. I'm saying that it's a man sinned, and the man
And the baby
robbed a
suffers.
bank.
And the baby suffers.
Yes, man robbed a bank. He
But
gets
here's-
put in jail. The baby suffers.
She gets put in jail.
Yeah, the baby suffers.
However, me sinning, I'm not in sin jail. I'm not anywhere, but the baby's still suffering. So it's like the judge saying, I get to walk out.
But
I
you
get-
are if you rob the bank.
Like he
your
wags his
child
finger
is-
at me being like, that was really bad of you.
No,
However, you're not going to jail, but your kid can't see you anymore.
I didn't say that.
That's what it says.
I didn't say that.
What it is.
I didn't say that.
That's literally what it
I
is.
just told you the guy goes to jail. The child suffers
I'm not
because
in
he's
jail.
not. Why are you talking about you?
Because you're talking about my sin.
I'm talking about
causes
someone
the
else.
suffering of a baby.
Yeah, and you are in jail. Okay, let's put it as you.
I'm fine. I'm not in jail. I can walk around wherever I want.
Are you kidding me? I'm giving a scenario with you.
You're giving a bad
I
scenario.
said, if you have a child and you went and robbed a bank and you go to jail, that child suffers.
Yes.
You are in jail,
They suffer.
and that
because
guy suffer. That child suffer, even though that child never robbed the bank.
I face consequences. Yes.
And your
However,
child
but
child
listen,
suffers.
But listen, what we're talking about is because I sin. So the sin is robbing the bank. What is the jail? What is the jail causing this, where the kid also suffers?
Because you no longer that your child is growing up without a father.
No,
Which is a vital thing in that child's
We're not
life.
going with that right now. But
Why-
what is that?
why
What
are we
is
not
that?
going there?
You're saying babies are born with deformities because I sin, right?
Because
Because
we
people
sin.
like me sin. What is my jail? What is my jail? Is my jail that I now have to deal with knowing that the babies are born with deformities? Is
because
that my
of you.
jail?
Because of you.
Okay.
So
So
stuff
that's
that you've
literally-
caused.
So instead,
Things
so
that you've
That
caused.
sounds more like the judge is basically saying, like, what you did was really bad, and then I just walk out of the courtroom.
No, you didn't walk out of the court.
How was that? How was that jail?
Well, you got to experience what's going on.
I just don't.
You're experiencing
I feel
it.
Bad for
You're
it.
experiencing it right now. The consequences of your own sin. You're experiencing it right now.
I'm not experiencing anything.
Yeah, you are.
You're telling me a bunch of stuff that I understand is not
You're
true.
experiencing it because number one, you're mad at God, showing that you're not.
I'm not mad at. I can't.
Showing that you're not. Showing that you're not. You don't care. You just mentioned about killing babies and all of that and all moral stuff, but you don't care though.
I'm talking about your God in the way that you believe, where you basically say, because I sin, babies suffer. I don't believe in this, guys. My thing is I believe that the human body is not perfect and bad things happen.
Why did bad thing happen?
Because why? It's
because of sin. It's not complicated for us.
It is, man.
We call it sin.
It can be like.
We call it sin. When our first parents sinned against God, they were cursed.
Where's the sin chromosome?
It's in your chromosome. Right now it's running in your chromosome.
Where is sin in the chromosome?
It is running right now.
Where is it?
The consequences.
The consequence chromosome?
Yeah.
What does it cause, man?
The consequence chromosome. Because Adam and Eve sinned against God, they die, and everything that carbon copy that comes out of them also dies.
I mean, I guess
that's why we have, hereditary diseases, all of these things. What does a baby have to do to deserve that? Well, the parents have this hereditary disease and they pass it on to their children, and then their children is dying because of that, or it runs in the family. That's what we are experiencing. We live in a world that hereditary things run through.
Yeah, they do.
That's the consequences of sin.
No,
that I'm telling you.
That's consequences of you have like a certain thing in your genes that causes that to happen.
Caused by what?
You can't just say it's caused by sin because that makes zero sense as
because you don't believe in God. That's what I believe. I believe that's what the Bible taught. The Bible taught. God told us that because of our first parents' sin, when they sinned, they became imperfect.
You believe in it.
Didn't you talk about imperfect word?
Yes, no, it's imperfect.
Exactly.
We have issues.
And I'm telling you how the imperfection came into being.
Through sin.
Yes.
You're giving such a simple excuse for something that's so much more complicated.
No, it's not.
It's
not complicated.
It's so much more complicated.
It's not complicated.
Why?
What
makes it less complicated?
If I
think it's just you want to think
if I'm told
simple, and
look, if I'm told
things get better.
If I'm told that there's a computer system that if you mess around, don't touch this button, don't touch that button. I was instructed, and then I just pushed that button, and now what I have done has corrupted the system, and there's nothing I can do to change it. So everything that is coming out of that is going to have that corruption in it.
So the issue with that is that can be fixed.
Yes.
You can fix that.
No, you cannot fix it. Only God can fix it. Only the designer of the program can fix it.
No, there are people who understand the program and can fix it just fine.
Oh, no, why aren't you fixing your life? Why don't you fix those hereditary diseases? Because you understand the program.
I don't, man. I just understand it's more complicated than chalking.
But it's not complicated to God.
There's people.
It's not complicated to God. God is the designer. God is the programmer. And He made a promise that in the future that He will correct it. He made a promise to us that He will correct that in the future. That is why Jesus had to come and die for our sins.
He came.
So that...
I'm sorry, that was weird. But,
your mind is corrupted.
Yeah, it's a little corrupted.
Yeah.
I'll agree with that.
Yeah, you need to stop thinking about buttocks all the time, okay?
About buttocks?
Yes.
I am more of an ass person than a boob person, I will admit.
So you need to stop thinking about it for a minute, because this is serious. It's serious, more serious than heart attack, okay? Jesus came down into this world and died for your sin. I know you can make mockery of Him. and He tells us what's killing us. But now you said you want to continue that same thing that is killing you. You want to continue because you think it feels good to you. And you turn around and you complain against God for receiving the same consequences of your action.
I kind of already mentioned I'm not really that into sex, so it's not killing me because I don't really do it. I don't really care.
It is. It is killing you.
How's it killing me?
Because the wages of sin is death. That's what the Bible says. The wages of sin is death. The wages, the reward you get from disobeying God leads to death.
Kind of just sounds like He made up a bunch of stuff and made it so we have to suffer.
God made up a bunch of stuff?
That sounds shitty.
Really? God made up a bunch of stuff?
Yeah, He just made up a bunch.
Well, He made rules on how life's supposed to be. Yeah, He made rules that.
Some dumb rules.
Tell me one.
Literally.
That a man should not stick his penis in another man's man's anus.
Okay, so you already talked about the priesthood.
That's a messed up law.
Yeah.
It's messed up.
Yeah. Why can't you dudes have sex?
If I say to you, I made this for pleasure and I made this for disposal of garbage, and then I said don't take this what I made for pleasure and turn it into disgusting things.
You know the male G-spot, they're like.
Yeah, you can tell me about all the whatever G-spots you have.
That's why they do it.
Interesting.
And
that's why they die.
They don't die because of it.
Yeah, that's why they die.
I mean, partly they died because there was a preventable.
If God made it for pleasure, there's no reason why you should go to the bathroom and wash your butts before you engage in what you engage in.
Do you not wash your? And women do wash their vaginas. Women wash their vaginas. All of that is disgusting around this area. People are kind of disgusting. So washing is important.
Is that what you're trying to tell me?
It's nice that she does. It's appreciated.
No. Do you know that the vagina has a cleaning mechanism?
It kind of does. A little. Not really.
It kind of.
Women suffer from yeast infections all the time. Is that sin too?
It's women who engage in a lot of you know what?
Dude, my wife.
You have a man.
No, wife. I am married to a woman. I just so happen I am also bisexual. Therefore, I also find men attractive. I just so happen to be married to a woman.
So why are you looking for the other? Why are you looking for the opposites?
I'm not. I'm happily married with my wife, but if the divorce happens.
So why you could have chosen to go with that dude?
I could have. That would have been.
Why choose to go with the woman?
Because I met her and we talked and we formed a relationship. It would have been the same thing if I met a guy.
No, it wouldn't be the same thing.
Why would it not be the same thing?
No.
What would make it not the same thing?
No, not.
Well, no, give me a reason. Why would it not be the same thing? Huh?
It will not be the same
Why?
thing.
Give me a reason. Give me one reason why it wouldn't be the same thing.
Because you're not designed for that. The human body is not designed for a homosexual relationship.
We kind of are.
No, we're not.
Yeah, we are.
No. I have a...
Animals are...
No,
some animals.
No, just because there's a hole doesn't mean everything you plug into it is gonna... There's something we call that...
You should tell that to us.
You know, we call those binaries. You know, I have a speaker system here. There's a mic hole in it. The mic is called the female.
Yeah.
And female binary. And there's a plug-in, it's called male binary. I can take that mic. I can take that. There's one also that is for MDI. I can take my mic, binary, and plug it into the MDI. Guess what happened? No sound is gonna come out of that.
Well, yeah, that's how.
Why?
Because they made it.
Because it was created to go there. This one is created to go, but it does fit though. It fits.
Fine.
It fits, but it doesn't function. The mic doesn't work.
You know what's actually kind of crazy?
So what are you looking around? You're sitting around going, why does this mic not work?
No, listen.
I plugged it into a hole.
Here's actually a little thing about audio stuff. I remember doing some audio about the same way. It's just one takes the vibrations and one sends out vibrations. So what you can do is you can literally reverse it to make a microphone a speaker. You can change it. You can rewire things to make things work differently. If you wanted to, you could probably jury-rig that mic to be a speaker if you needed to. If you needed to make a speaker a microphone, you could.
You'll be a creator. Wouldn't that make you a creator?
Fine. Okay, I'm God then.
Well, God didn't. Why don't you recreate yourself then? Do the same thing you did with the speaker.
Yeah, sure.
Do that with yourself.
I mean, I could do that. I could go on hormones. I could change how I look.
You can change your DNA. You can change your chromosomes and all of that stuff. Make it all.
I mean, that would be really expensive, and we're kind of getting.
You can never do that.
We kind of can.
Doesn't matter whether it's expensive or not. Doesn't matter how much you pay. How much
you. Gene therapy is the thing. You can get there.
Never.
There's
never.
Where they're actually
never. Binary are sealed.
Why
God wrote the code. You can't break the code.
Yeah, we're figuring out how to.
You can change the outside, trying to change the outside, but once you stop taking whatever you're taking, you go back to where you.
You know, geneticists have they've done a whole bunch of different things, like creating stuff. Like we found ways to make goats milk spider silk. That is insane. We found ways to make glow in the dark fish because we could. Why not? We're creators. We can do that.
No, you couldn't.
Yeah, we can. They're literally
you're not a creator. You're not a creator. You're manipulating things.
Okay.
You're taking things that are not in that are created to do something else. You're pouring it into another thing. That doesn't make you a creator.
Okay, so am I still a creator if I manipulated that microphone and turned it into a speaker? Because you just said that makes me a creator. So
that makes you you recreate speaker to.
Or not?
You are.
Call me a creator.
Well, when you do it with a speaker.
But am I?
But when you're doing when you're doing an animal, you don't know what you're doing.
They do.
You have to know what you're doing. No, they don't. They don't know what they're doing. They're shooting in the dark. Yeah, they are.
You would. How do you know?
Because those things are expendable. They can shoot around in the dark.
Okay.
All you're doing is just finding out how things that God created and just shifting it around. That's all you're doing. I put things on the table. You just shift it around. Moves it. That's all you're doing. You're not creating anything new. You're just shifting money. You're just distorting what is already there. That's the same thing you were doing with the MD. You're just distorting what was there.
So if geneticists, well, I mean they've kind of been working on it, found a way to eliminate Alzheimer's. Horrible disease. It happens to a lot of older people. They lose their mind. If we found a way to eliminate Alzheimer's, are we just manipulating? Or are we doing?
Well, you're not doing anything. You're just taking out the blockages that are created by your pharmaceuticals in order to undo the harm that you've done. That's all you're doing. Because Alzheimer's is caused by all this pharmaceutical and all this petrochemical stuff that we have in our bodies.
Happened back then too, right? Cancer happened all the way back then too. Yes, it did, man. Look at the people back then. They suffered from diseases all the time. Diseases
like bacteria infection.
Like Alzheimer's. Alzheimer's is a disease.
No, Alzheimer's is new.
It's a disease, dude.
Yes, but it's new. It's caused by man. It's man-made disease.
It's not.
It's man-made disease.
People forgot shit.
That's not Alzheimer's.
All the time.
That's not Alzheimer's.
Okay,
something eating your brain, something is blocking your brain from. It's man-made.
Can you give
me? It's man-made.
Can you give me anything on that? Like any proof that it's man-made? Like paper?
It's man-made.
You got to give me. Give me something, dude. You got to.
It's all petrochemical and pharmaceutical stuff that are inside our body.
Any bit of evidence on that at all, please.
And by the way, they haven't found any cure for Alzheimer's.
They're working on cures. They have.
They're not gonna. All they're going to do is take away the blockages that whatever that their big pharma has.
You have proof on that? Do you have any evidence? Anything other than?
I know that by the dissection of brain of those who have Alzheimer's, what's going on, what happened in their brain.
What?
Yeah.
When?
Yeah, there's a study where they take their brain out, they dissect them.
Give me a study. Give me the study, please.
I can't quote it off my head. They've done it.
Then
they've examined the brain of an Alzheimer patient.
Then I have zero reason to believe you. I could literally say that it's caused by little fairies in the brain, and I could say, oh well, you know, they did a study and they took the brain out and they found little pixie dust in the brain.
Yeah.
And you would have this.
I know. I can make up like the gay gene and all of that stuff. You know that.
You kind of are.
Okay, you can call me, but that I know. Just because I can't quote it off my head, just Google it. Dissection of an Alzheimer's brain.
Okay.
You can find
the
it.
Google thing?
Yeah.
You can find videos of people saying that aliens nuked ancient India. You can find a whole whack of stuff on Google. What requires?
But you have to look at. You have to find out whether that's true or not.
Yeah, through peer review.
Yes. No. The things that these people. There's something called autopsy.
It's not vibes-based evidence.
There's something called autopsy. Let's not get away from the topic. The point is that you are created in the image of God to be a man and to love a woman and have children with her, and not just entice yourself about another man's buttocks and try to what do you call it? Try to start meditating on that, daydreaming about it. That's not what God created you to do. That's not what God created you to be. Or supporting those people who does it.
You think I'm just thinking about dicks 24/7?
I don't know what you think about, but I'm just saying. I wanted to tell you that whatever you are thinking, whatever you're saying that you're supporting, is not good in the eyes of God.
Inshallah.
I just
want to say God willing in Arabic.
That's not. It's inshallah. It's inshallah, not inshallah.
I got that. Okay, my bad. I got the pronunciation wrong.
Well, anyway, you are made in the image of God, and I'm not gonna hate you. But I'm gonna tell you that you are living a lie.
I'm gonna say you're.
And that you're making yourself God's enemy. And even though you know there is a God, but you keep on rejecting and denying that there is a God, even though you know 100% that there is a God.
I think your brain. I think your mind is closed. I think that
your mind is closed.
I think your mind is closed. I think that you are unwilling to speak to.
I'm the one who believes. I believe in God. How is my mind closed?
Because you're closed in on one thing instead of looking at the wider world around you and learning how things work.
I do look around. If I don't look around the wider world around me, I'm the one who does. I'm not the one who.
For me, and instead of wondering how does that happen, why does that happen, what's the problem, and like, hey,
I'm not the one who believes there is no God.
That's sin. That's sin.
Yeah, because God says so.
Then you're closed. You're closed into thinking.
I'm open. I'm open.
That's not open at all. Where's your
open.
curiosity?
God created all of this.
You have zero curiosity.
God created all of this.
That's zero.
Do you know how scientists started? Scientists, because they wanted to know how God created these things. That's the whole premise, the first premise, and then they got hijacked by a bunch of wackos today.
Who are the wackos?
Who are the atheists?
The atheists.
Yeah. And then today now, if you say that there is a designer, they take your fundings away.
No, they don't.
And
says who?
Do research. Do your research.
Do your
research.
Do your research. There's
do your research.
Christian.
Have you seen the documentary Expelled, No Intelligence Allowed, made by Bill Stein? Interviewing all these different people who lost their research funds because you seem to care a lot. You seem to care a lot. You seem to care about evil in the world. You seem to care about moral. You seem to care about morality without a moral lawgiver.
You're the one talking about the idea that people who do bad things are literally going to suffer for the rest of their eternity. You clearly care a lot more about evil.
Yeah, Hitler will suffer. for what he's done, all the pain he's put people through.
Why?
He's
just in the ground. He's dead.
Oh, yeah, there is a resurrection of the living and the dead. You think death is the end of it? You die, you escape?
Fuck, I hope so.
No, it's not.
I hope so, man. Eternity sounds awful.
Let me break it down for you. Bad news. Bad news. Death is not the end of it.
Even if I'm in heaven, man, that's eventually.
Man, you're not in control.
I want curtains.
When would you learn that you're not in control?
What do you mean, man?
You're not in control of this earth. You're not in control of this life.
Of course, I'm not in control of earth.
Yes, there's after death comes judgment. Hitler will be judged, and you may share the same place with him, unless you repent, unless you change your ways.
Man, I gotta tell you, if your God puts me in the same place as someone who killed tens of millions of people, your God is a shitty judge of character.
I'm just saying.
That's a shitty.
I'm not making that decision for him.
You're putting me with like one of the greatest genociders of all time.
No, he may put you with other gay people. He may put you with other bisexual people.
Don't they? Everyone goes to the lake of fire who doesn't follow your strict laws.
Yeah, they go into the lake of fire, but there are degrees of There's degrees of punishments depending on which.
Isn't that like Catholicism or something?
Depending on what kind of sins you engaged in, there's degree of judgment.
I'm pretty sure that's Catholicism. That's Catholicism.
No, it's not.
The circles of hell.
No.
Yeah, I'm sure it comes.
No, because I believe that a rapist and someone who stole candy are not going to get the same punishment because God is just.
No, because I'm pretty sure what it comes from is a 11th century poem.
No, it comes from God being just.
A priest named Dante.
No, it's not Dante Inferno.
Dante, yeah,
it's not the divine. I'm not talking about divine comedy. That's a bunch of. That's not. I'm not talking about Dante Inferno.
Where in the Bible does it say who gets what punishment?
Jesus says so.
Where?
There are people whose punishments will be greater.
Where?
Because of their sin. Jesus said, "I come to give each one according to his ways." According to his ways. Okay. God is not going to judge you the same way he judged Hitler. He's going to judge you based on your sin. Even a human court here. In human court, we don't put a terrorist in the same prison that we put someone who stole candy.
Okay, so instead of a lake of fire, I get a lake of scalding water, I guess. We'll go with that one.
That's Dante Inferno. That's Dante's imagination. I don't know.
Give me a punishment, man.
I don't know. God knows.
Tell me I'm a bad boy.
God knows. He will judge you according to your ways.
To be judged on.
That's why Jesus came. That's why Jesus came, so you don't have to.
I'm a thoroughly boring person. There's not really much to judge. I don't get out.
No,
too much.
No, the lake of fire is not going to be boring.
So I am going to lake of fire.
Not going to be boring. Trust me.
So I am going to lake of fire then.
It's not going to be boring.
I mean, honestly, if you're in pain forever, like eventually, I figure you just eventually become numb to it because eternity is just literally forever.
Eventually, you what?
You get numb to it because like it's forever.
Really?
Eternity. You're in the lake forever. Eventually, you just be like, I mean, it sucks.
Oh yeah.
Here.
You get numb to it. I put your foot in a boiling water and I put it there. You're gonna get used to it.
Yeah.
Or after 5 minutes, you're gonna get used to it.
Yeah, probably because eventually the nerves will die.
That is if your nerve dies.
I mean, there's also eventually. Okay, so why are you telling me the boiling pot thing?
You're trying to make it like you're trying to make it look like the lake of fire is gonna be boring. It's gonna be fun. You're gonna get used to it. No, there's no getting used to it. There's no getting used to it.
How do you know that you're not going to the lake of fire for just telling
If I'm sinning like you, I'm doing other things. Yeah, I will go there.
What if God?
But I don't want to go there. I don't want you to go there either.
What if your God?
Because I don't hate you.
What if your God decided that gay and trans people are fine? All He wants you to do is be a good person.
Really? Well, that's your own God. That's That's your own. That's your own schizophrenic God.
You have your own interpretation of your God.
I don't. It's in His
You
word.
read the Bible. You're a fallible person.
It's in His word. There's no difference.
As it is. The Bible contradicts itself constantly. You take what you want from it.
Show me where the Bible contradicts, and you will not show me. Show me where it says you can sleep with your slave. You can't show me. Show me where it says that you kill children, and you say it says here Numbers 31, and then I ask you, is that good or bad? You say may not be, maybe not, maybe you don't even know whether it's good or.
As a society, yes, it is bad. We decide.
But society does not decide. But sometimes, and I told you, society used to society used to decide that black people should be slaves of the white people because we are higher than them.
But listen, you know what? At the same time, the first time someone was a slave, I guarantee there was someone who was an abolitionist who fought against them.
Who was the abolitionist?
Someone who looked at someone being a slave and was like, that's not right.
No. What was their faith?
I don't know. Probably not Christian, because we've had slaves. No, listen.
Abolitionists are not Christians.
No, listen. I'm talking about because slavery's been around for way longer than Christianity. So probably not Christian.
Oh man.
He's probably
No. There were it's been around before Christianity, and they were loving it. There were no abolitionists.
There were, man.
There were no abolitionists.
I guarantee.
You know why abolitionists exist? Because they read the Bible and say we can't be doing this. This is wrong.
You don't think there are any Muslim abolitionists? You don't think there are any abolitionists?
There's no Muslim abolitionists.
You don't think there are any
Saudi Arabia stopped slavery in 1960, and they got forced by British to stop it.
The U.S. still technically hasn't stopped slavery. Prisoners can be forced to work.
Yeah.
Without pay.
Yeah.
That is slavery.
No, it's not.
That's slavery.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
The punishment is you're in prison.
No, it's not. We can't foot the bill of your own crime. You got to pay for it.
You're paying for it for being in prison.
Yeah. No.
That's the crime. That's the punishment.
But you be in prison, you have to eat too.
Yeah.
We're not gonna pay for that either.
We're not monsters, so yes, we are.
That's actually a concession we made instead of putting you to death. For me, I would say death penalty would be actually the best. Just get rid of you, done, and we don't have to worry about paying you, and we don't have to put you through a slave labor too. So which one would you like?
Okay, so you're cool with if someone's guilty
death
of a crime,
penalty.
they go to death, they die.
Which one do you choose? Death penalty or having you work? To support yourself.
I don't have to choose that because I'm a person who gets to decide. I think
you decide we set them free.
I think rehabilitation help them through stuff and give them the means and the need.
That's what rehabilitation
that they need to make them a functioning person in society.
Do you know what penitentiary means?
I don't care what
the
it
first
means.
penitentiary, you know what it was?
I don't care what it means. I don't care the definition of the word.
Well, the penitentiary was started by Christians to actually make people better citizens of society. When they're in prison and they come out, they'll be a good citizen society because they've had time to reflect on themselves, do penitentiary, do penance of their sin.
That's another definition of a word that doesn't meet what it is now.
Well, that's because you guys keep changing things that was there before.
Me guys.
Well, the woke people and all the people that keep changing words. Yeah.
Okay.
The people that just keep changing fetus, saying a child is not a baby.
You know what? I've been arguing with your brick wall brain. My wife.
I think you're the one who don't believe in God. I'm the one who believes in God. I'm free.
You got a big man in the sky is going to solve everything for you.
Exactly.
I'm actually considering
solving it yourself.
Things ourselves.
Yeah, solving it yourself. How much have you solved? Look where it got you.
I try to do activism. I try to donate.
Which one? You take a picket sign and you protest about all your workers.
What are you doing?
You protest about all you. I'm trying to save your soul.
Soul doesn't exist. There's soul in there.
Your soul doesn't exist.
I used to think just like you, man.
You know what? Evangelicals kind of say that.
You used to be an atheist.
cool, man. Whatever.
Yeah, then he wisened up.
He wisened up?
Yeah.
He got indoctrinated into...
No!
Yeah, I explored everything on your side.
No, you
and then
didn't.
I looked on this side.
Did you?
And this one makes sense.
So he has more open-minded than you.
You're unwilling to jump to the
Why
side.
does it make sense to hate gay people and trans people?
I don't hate gay people.
No.
We're going to an eternal hellfire.
It's not. It's liars, thieves, and all of them, and murderers are all in the same boat. We're not targeting a
Why
group
are
of people.
they in the same boat? They just want to be who they are, you fucker.
You think
Oh, really?
people to be thieves? Or murderers? Or liars?
Yeah, while they're being who they are, Hitler was being...
fucking people.
Hey man, Hitler was being who he was.
Yeah, Hitler was...
What's wrong with that? What's wrong with that?
You're equating trans and gay people to Hitler now.
No, we're not.
No, you
We're
are.
saying your word. You said they're trying to be who they are.
Or just fucking assholes.
Man, you said they're trying to be who they are.
God bless you, man.
Why don't you let pedophiles be who they are? Are you giving me a finger now? You see, when they cannot, they can't reason.
Yeah.
When everything he's bringing up, I've been shutting it down.
Yeah.
Shutting it down, and he just have he couldn't get through.
He's scared to dive into
Oh
the
no,
truth.
he is
Terrified.
Oh, he's terrified.
Because if he finds out this is true,
yes,
he's
he has
got to
to
live
change.
all that stuff behind.
Yeah, he has to change now.
Yeah.